This is interesting stuff. We got into. I can't believe we got into the word love.
I've been wanting to talk to you about that because I've been talking to him about that.
Yeah.
And we've been discussing it, and then at the end of the conversation, I was like, "All right, man, love you, man."
Words are important, though.
And he says,
So you actually said it. You literally bottle up. I don't think those phrases come out for no reason. I don't think those phrases evolve for no reason. Like if you bottle up your emotions, you were saying that actually is what you're doing in your body. You're bottling it up.
Yeah.
It's like shaking one of these when they're not open. You just got too much stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, and I don't know if there's any science behind this, we were talking about the food that you eat in, factory farms, things like that. Animals that were under a ton of stress, you were saying how you pretty much are eating that stress, and that's stress that's going to go into your own body.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I was telling you the story.
I believe that, but
I was
don't know
telling
if
you the
that's
story. So they were going to kill this baby calf, for the, veal or whatever it is they were going to do with it. And my buddy, he was 13 years old. I think he was working on a farm, and they're going to teach him a lesson on, how to slaughter an animal. And they needed a, what was the type of bullet I was saying before? Like a hollow point 22 bullet, just so it, would put the cow right down. They didn't have one at the time. They must have slaughtered too many or something over time. They never geared up again, but they put just a normal 22 in it, and the bullet bounced all around the cow's brain, and the cow was still alive. This was a baby calf, and so they cut its neck. So the calf was still there, just bleeding out, still alive.
So do you think it matters though? Like, I mean, maybe the last moments, but I think of more of like a whole lifetime of like being stuck in a cramped cage, like
cramped cage, yeah. And there's also too, there's such a struggle for life, a struggle to survive,
right?
When you're bleeding out and stuff like that. So
you think the final moments really probably are important?
Yeah, I know there's some animals, maybe it's a deer. They don't have that type of that pain receptor like we do because our brains are a lot larger. So you got to think there's like a trade-off with with what comes with each animal individual. So certain animals don't have that type. It's like fish.
Yeah.
Right? Fish don't feel pain, I'm pretty sure.
I think some people think they do. I don't know. There's some
like mussels. Mussels. No. Yeah, mussels don't feel pain, or they do. I can't remember. There's like plants that feel pain.
Yeah. That's the argument against like being vegetarian, right? It's like
all the studies come out about plants do know you're eating them. You see that?
What do you think of this? So people who are vegan for ethical reasons, and I respect that, but the best argument against that is like we live in this creation, this manifested reality where organisms eat organisms. Like when your body dies, it decays and bacteria eats it. So you can't like separate yourself from that. It's like you're almost playing God to think that you can, right? I mean, I understand like obviously going against factory farming and cruelty towards animals, like that makes sense. But when you're still killing a plant, right?
Yeah.
So
did you
I don't
see
know.
Annihilation?
No, I get it. I'm trying to. Yeah.
Oh, and now yeah.
Did you see that movie?
It's a good movie.
That's life eating life.
What do you think of my argument there, Jimmy?
I like that argument. It's. Remember we were talking.
Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong. Remember we were talking about like nature and how people love the look of nature and like sometimes people can kind of fetishize it almost.
Yeah.
And I said, and I stand by this. I like a landscape, but my favorite landscape is one with a little cabin in it. Something that a human constructed. I don't know. Something that is part of, it's made of what was around it, but it's also separate. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So like human being, because that's what we are. We're more than beasts and less than gods. It's like there's something about it that resonates with me.
Actually, you know what?
The long pig is what we're
what I loved at the lake?
You know that?
No.
The long pig?
The long pig.
That's what humans are called.
Maybe I feel the same way. When I used to live on a lake for a couple of years, and at night, like when you could see like the moon and the water, and in the distance there's those nice golden lights, especially in the wintertime, like a very Christmassy, just the lights of the houses, or the lights from a fire that people had, That to me also, it kind of struck a chord. So, it's something special,
Okay, let me put it this way. If we didn't have something like, you'd never find human vegetarians in nature, pre-civilization. You're just not going to find it.
Right.
We're going to eat meat. We had these. We have the canines. We evolved those for a reason. Not that we would necessarily eat as much meat as we eat today, but so the cabin would be like a metaphor for your ability to choose that because we are separate from it. So it's weird to me for these people to say, I want to be more one with nature, so I'm not going to eat meat. When it's like, well, you're not very one with your nature. You're one with the picture, without the cabin in it. Without the cabin, you're not really there.
Right.
You're not really there. Then you're an animal. If the humans are there without the cabin, then you're not human the way we're thinking of it, and you're not going to be eating only vegetables and berries. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
It's not wrong. It's just, I don't think it's right to say that it's more natural or or that it makes you more one with life. I think to be one with life, that's why I think we talked about this when we went to the farmer's market. I would like to slaughter a cow. Not because I will particularly enjoy it, but because I want to know what it is. I want to know when I eat something that was alive, that had like a family, and enjoyed going out into the field. I want to know what I actually feel like to kill it.
Yeah.
Because I'm taking part of that. I think for me personally, that's more being one with nature. One with nature.
Because
I want to learn.
You want
to
to hunt?
Yeah, I want to hunt.
Yeah, me too.
We should hunt.
Yeah, like bow.
I'll get a bow.
Yeah,
Hoyt.
We got bow. Could just take a piece of wood and just go out right now.
We can kill some squirrel. I think I killed one with my lawnmower the other day.
I think I'm gonna connect a dot to back one of the. So I've listened to a lot of functional pattern stuff too. Nothing obviously as much as Tom, but one of the key points I felt like was not going against our physical nature with reality, like all that lifting and all that other stuff is almost going against our own physics. Where functional patterns is kind of getting in touch with just the true physics of our body and its harmony with the physics of nature. I don't know if that's
there's actually a parallel between what you two guys what you're doing. So like you're in the lighting.
What am I doing?
The lighting. The lighting research. There's a parallel there because you're talking about trying to get our bodies back to used in a state that we're evolved to be used in instead of this artificial way. And you are trying to figure out how we exist in a world with lights when we never evolved to have lights.
Yes.
We evolved to have only one light. There was only really one light source.
The sun. The moon is
But the moon is the sun.
The moon is the sun. You're right.
Like the sun or the light from the moon is just the sun. There's one from a film perspective.
Sure.
If you really wanted to film reality, you could only have one light source. Like
stars, though.
Sure. Okay. Fair. You got some stars.
But they're all suns.
There are suns. That's fair.
Yeah.
But
some of them might be dead.
You get my point. So you're trying to figure out what you do, how.
But I think we live on a flat Earth, so. No, I'm just kidding.
But how dare you?
But
about something. I'm on the fence here.
I'm not.
I don't think I'm on the fence, but
You're not on the. You're not.
I don't think maybe I haven't watched enough flat Earth documentaries. Anyways, I didn't mean to go into that.
I just the lighting thing, it makes sense because you're trying to figure out how can we live our lives in a way that is more in balance with the way we evolved, the way that we like you told me this is now becoming more like common knowledge almost, but like the whole idea that blue light makes you more awake,
Right.
Because it's the way
High noon.
It's the way that it is in the morning.
24/7.
You wake up in the morning and you have a blue sky. And then at the sun sets and it's orange. It does have a calming. You did that study on me. It definitely made me sleepy.
Right. The orange filters.
The orange that was sucked, by the way.
Huh?
The study did?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
The whole
I
study?
didn't feel good.
Or the whole study, or what?
You know
I
why?
just didn't.
You know
like
why?
that night I
You
didn't.
know
Oh,
why?
you did a study too.
You know why you didn't feel good?
Why?
Because you have all those Bluetooth monitors on you.
Oh,
I think that flaws the whole
Yeah,
test.
I know.
That flaws the whole
that's
test.
interesting.
It does. No, 100%.
I wouldn't potentially
You're stressed.
agree, but
That's interesting.
You're a stressed...
I didn't like having all that
Stuff.
Bluetooth on me either.
Well, there was something unnatural about it too. Like I was thirsty and I couldn't drink water, and like
When?
Oh, you could drink water. You just had to drink it at specific
Oh,
times.
yeah,
do it.
right.
You
Because
didn't
we were
do it with them?
taking, they were taking saliva samples. They both did the study.
Yeah, so hold on. Talk about this for a second.
yeah. Let's
Talk
explain.
about the whole
let's
study.
explain how
Okay.
the
Because
study
this is
went.
this is interesting.
So
I enjoyed it.
I work at this the Lighting Research Center as part of RPI, and I specifically work in the Light and Health department. And these two came in for a study where they both wore what we call a dosimeter, and that measures the amount of light they're getting. It kind of was just like a little device that clipped on their shirt.
For like what, 10 days?
3 days. 3 days.
Was it only 3 days?
Yeah, it
no,
was
mine
3
was
days.
at least a week.
That's why you didn't feel
I think
good.
it was 3 days. I think it was only 3 days. I'm
It
pretty
was
sure.
3.
No, mine was at
It was
least
3, right?
Mine was at least a week.
Did you wear the light goggles too?
Oh, you
No.
know what?
I had to wear the thing
The
on
heart
my
monitor.
chest.
Yeah,
The
that
heart
was only 3
monitor.
days.
3 days.
Maybe I had to do it a bunch of times because you're my
Yeah,
friend.
Maybe it was
yeah,
only
I
3
had to
days.
do it a whole week because the thing didn't work.
Your dog chewed it or something. Your dog chewed it. Oh, I shouldn't say
All
that.
right,
They're
so
going to watch
I'm,
this.
I'm gonna,
No,
s-
it's fine.
I'm gonna say
no,
what-
no,
You're-
there wasn't that. It was
Bruce-
something.
Bruce
no,
chewed something.
The monitor stopped working. It used to like, Tom, I'm gonna have to have you come down to the lab because we're not picking up the. One of your monitors
Is this your
isn't
impression of
recording.
me?
All right. Let me. Was yours this? So you whatever amount of it felt like longer than 3
So-
days now. So what you gave me was a heart monitor that I had to strap to my chest. I could take that off at night. I think. No, I couldn't.
No, you had to wear it.
No,
So
I could take off the light clip and put it next to me.
what we study mostly are the circadian rhythms. So
What was the other
circadian.
one though?
You had a heart. You had a wristwatch
A wrist-
activity.
the pedometer.
You have an activity watch. You have a light meter or a
Yeah.
light detector, which measured the amount of light you were getting. And then you had a heart monitor on your chest. And then you had to carry an extra a cell phone.
An iPhone that I had to log when I went to sleep.
And that one is connected to everything, and it's logging the data.
Right.
What's so funny?
So I didn't dislike the study.
It's an interesting study.
I didn't feel good after.
Yeah, the Bluetooth. I don't know. I think I don't know. Personally, I also don't like too much radio waves and Bluetooth.
I don't know what it was.
EMF.
I felt
EMF,
EMS.
EMS,
I think
EMF.
EMF. What's that?
Electromagnetic frequencies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I felt like it actually worked. It made me tired.
Well, the
Like-
the orange filtered goggles made you tired.
Yes, I think
Right.
that actually made me tired. But
You
I
didn't like that
I didn't
part?
like that because it felt like it wasn't me, and I don't like. It's the same
No,
thing.
that's you, bro.
But no, I mean it was artificial. I would never. Have,
No, that's not artificial.
it is. If I do, I never.
Because he
would've
wears
worn-
blue blockers.
It's not artificial anymore.
What? I think plastic
Let me take that
colored
back.
glasses over my eyes.
Okay, you're right about. Let me say something.
Well-
it is artificial because you live in a world with fluorescent lights
Fair.
24/7.
And we were also doing
So
it
the
for
script
like,
has been flipped, my friend.
how many hours?
So this study didn't have any intervention. You guys weren't like, we didn't give you any good light or anything. What happened was so a lot of the studies we do, we're testing the circadian rhythms.
Yeah.
Circadians are your 24-hour cycles.
Biological clock.
So one of the circadian rhythms is activity. So obviously, like if you were to look at somebody's activity across a few days, you'd see, a lot of activity during the day and then not so much activity at night. That's a circadian rhythm, right?
yeah.
And then the same thing is our melatonin levels. So melatonin has synodal sort of
That's why people take it at
Right.
night to go to sleep.
yeah, right. Which
But we don't
might
know.
help or might not. You should take it early if you're going to take it. But so a lot of times the light that we're delivering in other studies, we're trying to suppress the melatonin. So that's what we've measured before. Is some of the light that is more blue that'll suppress your melatonin and sort of set your sleep-wake cycle. into a good rhythm if it's at the right time. So the timing matters also. But what you guys were doing is we were just collecting 3 days or a week, whatever it was, worth of data of activity, light, and heart. We wanted to see if the heart rate is also something that has a circadian rhythm also. If you were to look at the data across a few days, it's a lot more, your heart rate's up higher during the day, and then at night, obviously, it lowers. So we're trying to see if there's a relationship between the three. But then you guys did it, the DILMO, which is we tested your melatonin. Yeah.
They would just suck on those gross cotton things.
It's called dim light melatonin onset, and so it's like for 5 hours we made them take saliva samples to measure their melatonin with goggles on. So we put you in the dark, put you in with orange goggles. It's going to filter any blue light, and then measure how fast does their melatonin drop. And then there's like a point when you just get so tired, and we can see it in your melatonin data.
Yeah, I got really tired.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like a good tired to me. I felt like if I had just gone home and gone to bed, I would have gotten tired in a way that didn't bother me. I don't know. It definitely made me tired. The orange lenses definitely made me tired. But
well, maybe one thing too is it's not such esoteric knowledge that blue light isn't good for you, but it's also the looking at our phones late at night.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, blue light's good for you. It's just
at the right time. Yeah. Yep.
Charlie, tell Jimmy on my results.
On your results?
Yeah.
Well, your dog chewed one of the devices, so we lost some data there.
Not
wait. He chewed the rubber thing. Tom gets a lot of sun. He gets out in the sun a lot, so I remember seeing that.
Okay, what else?
Wait, you can see that?
What?
Oh, because the light meter.
Yeah,
What
I get
else?
to see. Yep.
Yeah.
What else? I don't remember.
You know
What?
what I do to that machine.
Which machine?
What did I do to that machine?
What did you do?
You know what I did.
No.
My melatonin broke the machine.
Oh, it did?
It was off the charts, you told me. Oh, my God. You embarrass me right now?
Dude, I don't remember. I'm sorry.
What about at nighttime?
What do you mean at nighttime?
He calls me up and he's like, Tom, did you have a good night last night?
Oh, yeah. So I have another cell phone where I'm always talking. Jimmy's the worst because Jimmy there's no consistency in his schedule.
Yeah, I don't have his consistent sleep schedule.
I'm
I
like,
do now.
I get to look at your data the next morning and I see all his activity and I'm like, oh, Jimmy's not following a decent sleep schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
Stayed up till 2 a.m.
I think
on
that's
a Wednesday.
why I didn't like it. I think I'm so used to. I go to sleep when I feel tired, and when I feel the most rested when I actually listen to that. If I'm not tired, I don't go to sleep.
And you wake up? When do you wake up?
I wake up at 6:15 at the latest.
Really? So
Yeah.
so sometimes you get 5-6 hours of sleep,
Sometimes I get 3.
and you're fine.
I'm fine. As
You're
long
fine?
as it evens
You must
out.
be exhausted the
It
next
evens
day.
out in the long run.
You need to get more sleep, Jimmy.
I don't know. We've had this talk. I don't think people need sleep.
Schwarzenegger says that you only need 6
He's an
hours.
idiot.
He
is an idiot.
I think
In one of his if you go on YouTube and find a motivational speech from
Juice
Arnold,
head. Dude,
he'll say 6 hours.
you
of
ruined
sleep."
my joke.
What joke did I?
what's the joke?
I had sex the night before with that hot right on, and he was like, "Dude, did you have fun last night?"
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Why is Tom's heart rate just?
I thought you
through
knew,
the
dude,
roof?
because you're like, "You had fun last night." Yep.
I don't remember this at all. No.
Wow, dude. Wow.
Sorry.
I
That's
guess
messed
I
up.
would have assumed if I saw that I was like, oh, he's probably doing like 1 million sit-ups or something.
No,
What?
this was late at night because he's like, "All your results are great, but there's this one night." That's what he kept saying.
Oh, you didn't tell me though,
Yeah,
because
all right.
you
I-
lied to me then. Because you told me like this obscure story about how you fell asleep on your couch.
How funny is that your friend's monitoring your heart rate
I know.
while he's at home?
No, I literally just remembered, because so you told me that you fell asleep on your couch and then you got up and I could it's in the middle of the night. There's all this activity and heart rate, and then you went back to sleep and you just told me and you didn't log when you were supposed to go to sleep.
Yeah, but that was the first run, and then the second run, because I had to do 3 extra days because of the one chips just stopped working. It was the wristwatch. No, not the wristwatch.
I didn't mind wearing the stuff.
You both were difficult subjects. You
Yeah.
two were my worst subjects.
I'm a
Tell
difficult
Jimmy
guy.
about Tetris, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
missed
were
the Tetris
terrible.
thing.
Tell
That
him.
was a
Tell him.
long time ago.
You're gonna lock me in a soundproof chamber? I'm not playing video games so well.
What was the experiment? What were you trying to figure out?
When I was doing my undergrad at RPI, I was working in this, just helping at this research lab where they did eye tracking. They tracked your where you were looking on a
That's-
computer
yeah.
screen while you played Tetris. And so I had Tom come in and do it, and he had the worst score out of anybody, out of like 300 people. You just like didn't play.
I didn't try.
You didn't even try. I think like
He goes, actually, you were actually pretty great for the test because you did terrible.
yeah,
remember you told me
you were a forever like an outlier. I think for a while.
Hell yeah, always outliers.
Yeah, it's better to be an outlier.
Yeah, you just were not happy when you came
Dude,
out.
he locked me. That box was hot. You're locking up a fucking testosterone freak beast
They
in
have
there,
these-
dude. I'm
they
gonna
have-
become the Hulk in there.
That lab does human experiments where they have this really nice like 4 of them, like these huge soundproof like booths,
Yeah.
just so that you can.
People are using. I'm sorry to totally derail what you're
No, it's
talking
all right.
about, but the eye tracking thing. Have
Yeah.
you ever seen people make videos where they it's like live, they record and it shows what they're looking
Okay.
at, and then they look at images and they're like, no, I don't. Why did I look at that? And they can't. Like, they
Does
can't,
it show the track?
Yeah,
yeah.
It shows
Yeah.
the track, and
Yeah.
it's like they'll show like a girl or like a series of girls. And
Right.
it's like, what? No, I can't. Why did I look at that?
That's interesting, actually, because then you see where you looked. Like
Yeah.
you see the
you find
you
out
see
what
your
exactly
filth.
it is. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. Like you're passing this by, right? And the guy's just staring at the
Just
cock.
make it
He's just like,
make it like
cock.
make it like brown, the track brown. You could just make it all like
make it-
dirty.
God.
Like wow, that's interesting.
I think it was bright red when he did it. It was just so it's
Bright
like
red.
really easy to see where it was, and he's like, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I think he was talking about his girlfriend. Like, no, I don't want her to see this.
Mm.
I don't want her to see this.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
And it was live. We're live
Yeah.
right now, right? This is
No,
live.
I wish I could.
This
do
isn't live?
This isn't
No.
live.
Oh,
Coming at
I
you.
wish.
Okay.
Coming at you from a couple days ago.
So look above.
couple days.
You see that, whatever that light fixture is that you have?
That's a Chinese lantern.
They use one in the movie business, but it's massive.
That's where I got the idea from.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out cheap lighting, and
It's
they
like
were
a
like,
cloud.
yeah,
Cool.
it diffuses the light really well.
Uniform. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice uniform distribution.
I can put 2 bulbs in there. I think there's only 1 in there right now. That one's got brighter bulbs.
That one does look brighter.
Well, the idea is from my understanding, if my film friends watch this and they criticize me, I apologize for being wrong. But I think you want 3 lights on a person. It's like you want the main light, but if you only have the one, then your face looks like your other face. The other half of your face looks in shadow. So then you want a less light on the other side to light it up, but not so that you look like a white mask. And then you want a little bit of light behind you to illuminate behind you.
Have you ever watched visual effects people like criticize visual effects on movies and stuff? They always talk about the lighting. The lighting is
is
huge
extremely important
in animation
because it's how you
right?
see things.
Yeah.
It's how you see things.
Like the new Sonic movie, like there's so many people who are criticizing that, and then there's a cool YouTube channel. I don't know what it is, but these like visual effects guys kind of like watch something and break it down and show you like where something looks real and not real, and it's very interesting.
That's great.
Yeah, it's all about lighting though a lot of times and texture, but how light reflects and stuff. It's cool.
That's
cool.
really because it is the thing that stands out. If the lighting is bad
Yep.
on a CG thing, that's why it stands out. Is because it's the light. You really want the light to match what the environment it was in. Otherwise,
Right.
you can
Then
tell.
it stands out.
Yeah.
That's what's good about some independent movies that really just blow up. It's because the cinematography, the lighting, everything's just perfect.
Yeah.
And it's like you're making it look like a higher budget film than what it really is, and it's just like gets all these awards. And I want to do a short film one day.
Do it.
We should all get on it.
My buddies
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to ask where things are going, but they were gonna make one. They've made a couple. They
That's
make
cool.
music videos. They make commercials. They make short films. They're really talented guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to meet these.
Did they do it
fools.
for work or do they?
They
they make-
have a company called
Really?
Chromoscope. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's actually
so they're making some money for it.
They
That's
love
great.
Polar Seltzer. They're who got me into.
Oh,
the
did they
Polar.
bring this?
Oh,
Is this
Nick-
what they brought you?
Nick was telling me to ask you about these guys the
Nick-
other day.
About Chromies?
Yep.
Yeah, they're really cool guys. They're probably at least one of them will be at the show tonight if you want to talk.
If
to
they
them.
need some manpower, they need some like a man who just reeks of sex and alpha.
I mean, you would probably be a great specimen as an actor.
Okay,
Because
I love it.
Like you look.
I got the.
You got a certain look about.
I got a resume, bro.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah, so Tom's been on a court TV show in California,
It's the
or
first one he brings up.
what? Sorry.
Were you?
What
Listen,
is the
Was
other?
this like?
I have been approached by people, and they're like, "You're that guy. You're that sex maniac, animal hater."
Sex
And I'm
maniac,
like,
animal
what?
hater.
I'm like, "You were that guy on TV in that court show." I was like,
Oh
"Dude,"
yeah.
I said that was an improv. I was kidding. I love animals. She's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
So my roommate's dog ate my sex paint
Really?
in court.
in this
You know who I
Fake
sometimes
TV
think
show.
You look like he'd be your evil twin because I don't like this guy, but the guy in the Young Turks, the younger brother.
Turks.
What's
Oh,
his name?
you pointed
is that
him
a
out to me
show?
once.
That's like a
It's a
radio
YouTube
show.
thing. Yeah.
No, I don't follow them.
I can't remember his
So-
name.
But anyway, this kid brings his dog to the court show, and everyone goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking lose." And I didn't know what to say because they didn't tell me who was bringing a dog. It's like, "Joke's on you, Tom." I didn't know what to say, and I was like, so I literally said, "Look at that fucking dog. I hate that dog," or I said something like that, and like, yeah, dude, I had to pay all his fines back. Because his dog ate my sex paint, and the dog got super sick, and he wants me to pay the medical bills.
You're gonna lose, yeah.
I said he's just jealous because I like to get my freak on. So one of my friend's moms calls me, and he's like, or she's like, "Tom, I just saw you on TV. I'm in the gym. It's on the big screen, like huge screen." And she keeps calling me Parker Gray because that was my name on the show.
Parker Gray.
I got paid $50 for
Dude,
that.
I've looked
I was there all
I
day
have looked
long.
all over the internet for the video. I cannot find
No,
it. Where do we
I feel
get
like
that?
They delete it. I have a picture.
No,
to prove it.
what's the name? Perez? Judge Perez or something? It's such a knockoff show. It's
Justice for All with Christina Perez.
yeah.
Justice
So
for
stupid.
All with Christina Perez.
Yeah.
Sounds like an SNL skit or something. It sounds.
Basically.
yeah.
Speaking of SNL, not SNL whatsoever, I was on an Adult Swim show.
Really?
Yeah, I got paid $1,000.
Yeah, so
What?
you
What
were
was-
on.
what
yeah,
were you
what
on?
was that one?
This was a hippie drum circle. A hippie drum circle octagon.
What was the show?
The Eric Endre Show.
No.
Yeah.
You were on the Eric Andre
I was
show?
on the Eric Endre Show. And we just started destroying the set, and everyone started fighting. It was so funny.
Was he there?
He was there. He wanted to take pictures with us. He thought we were like famous MMA fighters, but we weren't.
Is he as crazy as he seems?
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's got a crazy fro. He really rocks that fro. I think he's like
That's
half
crazy.
Jewish or something like that.
You were on the Eric Andre show.
Yeah. So we got these drums. You know those drums you put in between your lap,
Yeah.
in your crotch, and we're just banging it. Right? Everyone's like, dude. It gets real serious, and all these hippies are dressed up, but there's two guys with their shirts off. Right? And they just so happen to be sitting across from each other. And this big ref with bleach blonde hair, dressed up just like a UFC ref, and he hops in there and he's like, "Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready?" And all of a sudden it cuts to us with our MMA gloves on. And my buddy and I, we just start fighting. Like just
This is
literally
amazing.
fist fighting. I had to choreograph it myself because the director had no clue what he wanted. So it was before we started recording. He needed a bunch of test runs. And it gets so hot in there because of all the lights are on you. And dude, my buddy, he comes out and blasts me. Like I saw stars. Like I thought I got knocked out for a second, and I just went in a fight mode, and it's like the best I ever did against him because he was full on fighting me.
That's
because he
hilarious.
didn't know what to do either.
He's a lot bigger than you too, right?
Yeah, he's a middleweight. I ended up getting him in a triangle. I got him on side control triangle armbar, and he was stuck. He couldn't get out. I was so pumped. I was like, boy, fucking punch me in the face like that. Dude, I honestly earned that $1,000 because it was a workout that day. Mm-hmm. And then eventually he hip tosses me into a bunch of hippies, and they all fall backwards. And there's just this dude. You ever see the dude? He's in it's like Green Man, but he's Orange Man, and he's got a helmet on. It's macaroni and cheese all over his helmet, and he's just sitting there. Why everyone's fighting?
That show is so bizarre.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre. It is.
But unfortunately, it never got aired.
Oh, it did?
I know.
Really?
Spoiler, dude.
Damn.
It never got aired. So
Why?
I don't know, dude. Maybe they didn't like it.
But it sounds amazing.
I know, it sounds so funny. I was so tight. I was so pissed. You know what I should have done? I was given the opportunity to pay my union due, so I'd have been in the actors union. And it's weird how things work, but I was really desperate for money at the time because did you know this, Jim? I was living in South Central LA for a whole year.
I think I did hear
On
that.
Florence Avenue.
When was that?
2015.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, that's like right when
Charlie came out and visited.
I visited.
Yeah,
I stayed in South Central.
Yeah, that's because that's when we started hanging, around where we started hanging out.
What'd you think of it down there? Where we were.
Yeah, I mean everybody's has a gate to get in. There's like dogs running around barking.
But
and,
it's the
kind of
hood, dude.
I mean,
How's the driving?
I don't know.
Bad.
The driving was terrible. I hated the
What'd you think of
traffic
the
and
live
everything.
mariachi on the weekends? Where did you stay for that?
I don't remember. No.
My neighbor had so I would bust my ass all week at FedEx, and I would just be tired, dude, doggone tired, because I would train, go to work, train, and the weekend comes along, and my neighbor, all my neighbors for that matter, are all getting bombed and having live mariachi till like 3 a.m.
Damn.
Can't call the
Sounds
cops
awesome.
on the hood, dude. Like what?
Sounds great.
No, it was terrible. I love Mexican people, but I hate mariachi.
You don't like mariachi?
I don't like. I mean, if you played it now, I would like it. I like the passion.
Oh, at 3 a.m.
Because I had a roommate, and she would talk to me about the Mexican culture, Spanish culture, and just how much passion that comes from their culture. Like you see it in boxers, you see it in music, and it's so amazing, man. And I think that's where the English language is kind of flawed too, because there's so judgment and the way we like to pick our words and things like that. And it's not like that in other countries, especially with Spanish. I don't really think so. You don't. It's not gonna traumatize you. You say something to someone you call them a pussy or something like that, and then later all day they're gonna think about it. Am I? It's kind of traumatizing, but you don't get that in other cultures, I don't think.
Really?
Because, dude, everyone in Mexico is super nice. Everybody's nice. Everybody.
Everybody?
I love them.
Even in Thailand.
Every
Thailand, they
last
call
one
it the
of them.
land of smiles.
Okay.
I did hear. I've heard that. I have.
Yeah.
Thailand.
I lived there
Everybody
2
says that
months.
about everywhere, though. Oh,
But
everyone's there is so nice.
Doesn't which one of them has the child sex slave problem?
Yeah. Thailand.
Oh, Thailand?
And no, all types of places. I watched
Lots of places too.
yeah, a lot of southeast.
It's not funny. Sorry.
Southeastern Asian culture. No, it's not funny, dude.
No, it's not. But
It's not funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Culture is weird.
Isn't it funny how people always say that? Oh, people there are so nice. It
People
seems
there
like
are
Australia.
Australia. I've
I have
never
fallen for it.
I've never met anyone from Australia that was not really nice.
So he says one thing, and you disagree.
No, I thought he was saying they were nice.
No, I think they are.
Oh.
I think
Yeah, so you disagree.
I've never met anyone from Australia that I was like, oh, they're really nice. Or wasn't like that.
So you disagree.
I wonder if Ollie's
You have
going to
met
listen
some-
to this.
You've met some Aussies that you don't like. But isn't it maybe since you're a stranger and you're from a different place that people are just going to be nice to you when you arrive there? I don't know.
I
Part
bet
of it, I
they're
think
all
their
nice.
culture is just different. I think I think
They have a very laid back culture.
They have a very laid back culture. They travel a lot more than we do. They
take more time off from.
yeah. They have a nice climate. They seem to have a good relationship with work ethic, but also
Animals.
pretty sure. But also like taking time off for like having hobbies outside work, but having a good work ethic. They seem to
Maybe
have a
they
good
don't
balance
go to
there.
work so early.
I don't know.
Work-life balance.
Work-life balance, I think, is good there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a friend who's going to her honeymoon in Greece, and she's Greek, and they've been there before. And did you know in Greece, or at least where they go, if you are going out to dinner, you have a table. So like her fiance, they're lesbians. So her fiance was like, what time? What time do I have to be ready? And they're like, oh, whenever. We have a table. And she's like, but when? When do we have a table? They're like, oh, we have a table. Don't worry about it. We'll get there when we're ready. That's the way it is. Like you just get a table. That's your table.
But then they just don't use that table until those people arrive.
I guess I don't really know. I don't really. It's some of it was frustrating. She was also telling us that like they had to get because it was on an island and they had to get a boat to get to where the airport was. Mm-hmm. And she just was really frustrated because not the Greek girl, but the other one was because she just wanted to know what time does the boat leave in the morning, or what time do I have to be here to catch the boat? And the guy's just saying, oh, in the morning. And she says, no, but seriously, what time? Because I need to know,
right? So
that I know if I can get to my flight, or if I have to go a day early. Oh, don't worry about it. It'll be here in the morning.
I think you'd love Greece because you're kind of.
I kind of am. I'm kind of like that. That's what Kiki said. That's what the Greek. She was like, yeah, I'm more like that. I'm not very good at schedules. I'm trying to be better.
Are you?
I'm trying. Well, like I scheduled with you guys. I have to schedule for people to come on here.
Well, I was late, wasn't I?
But no, I was late.
No.
But I made you food, so I made up for it.
Oh yeah, it was great. Thank you so much.
I needed food. All right, guys, what do you think? You want to call it?
What time is it?
It's like 8 o'clock, I think.
What time do we start?
It's 8 o'clock. 8:04.
8:04.
I don't think we talked about anything important.
Only scratching the surface.
Yeah, we got to get into it at some point.
We can keep going.
I got to go to the bathroom.
No, you don't.
But I can hold it.
Yeah, hold it for a second.
Hold it for a second.
Wait, you got some fatigue?
Let's make the
are we fatiguing?
last 20 minutes great.
Yeah, give your ears a break.